Hi, and welcome to the Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 295. We are going to talk about the money. And what about the money, you're asking? What if your client has not paid? What if your client is late? What do you do? For me, it depends on what type of client they are. Are they a loyal client, a new client, or a client? So what are the difference between these three? So the loyal client is someone that has been your client for years. They have established history with you, established history of making their payments on time. That's a regular client, regular payments, month after month after month, year after year. Let's say this client you've been working with for 5 years. That's a loyal client. A new client is someone that you've been working with for a couple of months. So not long. They don't have the history. Maybe you've only gone through a 1 month period where they made a payment. And now it's the second month and you're having some issues. So that's the new client. So loyal client, 5 years, new client, let's say 3 months. And then a client. A client is a one-off client. So one project. Maybe they had you do some research and that was all you did. They had you create a website. That was all you did. They had you to send out emails. That was what you did. You wrote blog posts. You created a social media calendar. Whatever you did, you only did it one time. And that was the plan, a one-off project. So those are your three clients. So 5 years, 3 years, one-time project. Loyal, new, client. We'll call them regular just to keep down confusion. Regular. So how do we get our money if it's late? So if they're a regular client, you want to create a threshold for yourself that says if it's over this amount, they'll pay a certain percentage of the overall total. If it's below this amount, it's required to pay in full. And you determine what that amount is for yourself. Just to give you, just to paint the picture very clear, if the project is $200, does it make sense to break that up into $100 now and $100 later? I think not. So you want to have them pay upfront. You might even have a minimum amount that you would even do a project. If you were part of any of my past coaching programs, you participated in a cohort, I call this baseline amount, an amount that must be paid in order for you to turn your computer on for an overall project. If you're dealing with upward projects, that might be an hourly rate for you to flip open your computer, meaning, is it worth me going to my computer and getting started? And I had to mention that because when I said 200, that's really low, really low. So anyway, if it's below, we're going to just keep that example because I think it paints the picture really well. If it's $200, pay in full. If it's over that, then you can work out a deposit with your client. Let's say the project is $1,500. Then you may want to break that up into a certain percentage. Completely up to you if you decide to do 50-50 or 20-50 and then the remainder once it's delivered. Totally up to you how you would do it. But for new clients, it's important that you get paid something before you start. And when I mean start, I mean even look up to see if a password works. And sometimes people will try to get you to do things ahead. We're going to send you that payment on Friday. In the meantime, can you go ahead and look at my social media and let me know what you think? Get your payment first. New client. They've been working with you for 3 months. They've been paying you month 1. They pay you month 2, month 3. Deadline has passed. You don't have your money yet. For clients that are going to be with you on a regular basis like that, every month, projects is the same. You have your flat rate. It's the same every single month. Get them set up on some type of recurring system like a membership. I like to use Stripe for recurring payments. I send them that first invoice. They know it's going to hit at the same time every month based on when they paid that first one. And it tells them when they are completing that first invoice, because I'm signing them up as a subscription under, within my Stripe account. There are all different ways you can do that. But this way you don't have to remember, I got to send an invoice. Because it's very easy to forget. Imagine you've got 10 clients and they all made their initial payment at different times. Are you keeping up with, we need to send an invoice this day. We need to send an invoice this day. It would be nice if everybody could send their stuff all at the same time. But that's not realistic because projects start at different times. So the best way is from the beginning, get them set up on a recurring system where it's an automatic draft every single month. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule. For me, I'm working with churches. Their way they do things is a little different. They're the only ones that I allow to send me a check in the mail. No one else can send me a check in the mail simply because I know churches work a little different. So in that case, let's say you have a loyal client. You've been working with them for 5 years. You're consistently getting your payment. You set them up on their recurring membership, but the card doesn't go through. Now, your system may send an email automatically to them, but I would also send out a personal email to them as well, just to let them know. If they've been loyal with you all these years and this happens, it could be a simple, card expired. Things happen. Maybe they had to get a new card with, sometimes the bank will say, hey, your card has been compromised. We're sending you a new one. And, that could be a whole situation. So having that relationship with your client, keeping in touch with them and letting them know what's going on regarding their projects, the same applies in regards to the payment if it does not go through. And give them some grace. I will give them grace. If we've been working together for 5 years, I'll give you some grace and, give it some time to keep trying. And then I'm going to let you know. I might not even charge you a late fee because we have established that relationship. How you do it is completely up to you. If you decide I'm going to apply a late fee to this because the payment's not going through. Let your client know what the terms are at the very beginning. Make sure those terms are put in your contract with the client. If you don't have a contract with a client, that's okay. My longest standing client, I never had a contract with her. We worked together for years, never had a contract. When I started using contracts, those were the clients that I was having the most issues with. And I'm like, this is crazy. So for a while, I was like, I'm not even dealing with a contract because it seems like the people that have them, I'm having more issues versus the ones that don't. You definitely want to have established your statement of work and where you're going to be doing. But as far as the contract, that may even vary based on the client. So again, your business, you get to decide how you're going to do it. One thing I will say that if there is no contract, if you had to take someone to small claims court, you're going to have a little fight. But that email and their initial payment and agreement and getting things going, that is the form of a contract. That's the form of a contract. And it's written and it's proof and all that good stuff. But I don't want you to feel like Oh, I'm bothering them. I didn't get my payment. Guess who doesn't mind bothering you when your payment is late? Your mortgage, the power company, the gas company, homeowners association. They don't mind bugging you when their payment is late. So get your money. If you have any questions, post in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. If you're taking me along on your commute today, thanks so much for taking me along. Where are we going today? Come on over on social media. Let me know. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/TBBVA. That stands for the business of being a virtual assistant. Thank you so much for watching and listening. You have a wonderful and fantastic day.